be made to the petitioner by the third respondent, the fifth respondent, and the 3 nurses herein named as having violated her rights.
And indeed, the violation of rights stays on our lips today, just as much as the quest for justice for victims. We have Nafula Kisiangani, who is the Gender and Program Director at Stride. We seek her insights now regarding that KTN News exclusive story of a woman who had to deliver in the loo. Many thanks for joining us in studio, Nafula. And I mean, this comes rather timely considering we are, talking about gross human rights injustices and a good precedence coming in from Bungoma with a woman having been compensated there. What are your thoughts on the same?
Well, first I have to appreciate our justice system that has delivered justice to that woman. That is a great milestone and it's a great precedent. At least it's going to teach those people in our health facilities and those people who have normalized stepping on other people's dignity that it is not right. And I'm also concerned about the quality of our professions. Whatever happened is just wrong for somebody who has properly gone through our education system, a qualified nurse. I don't understand how a qualified nurse will do that to a patient.
And of course, I mean, it is something that raises, a big question in terms of the state of public health in the country. This woman, when you take a look at her story, it was rather, rather heartbreaking, having been left to give birth, in the full glare of everybody else. But what does this mean moving forward in terms of our justice system?
First, I must appreciate our president for his directive in 2013 of free maternal care. But it seems that that is just not enough. The free maternal care has led to, now more people are going to deliver in the hospital, unlike in the past. And there's now a question, do we have facilities? Are our human resource sufficient to deal with all these people? Are our human resource empowered to deal with all these questions? What's the quality? What's the accessibility? What is the availability? There are so many questions that we have to dig deep. Just free maternal care is just not enough. We need to see Kenyans enjoying these services because as it stands, more poor women are really suffering in these public hospitals.
All right, and let's talk about the price, or the abuse, or the penalty, rather, that has been given. She's being awarded 2.5 million shillings. Do you think such a precedence would then reduce the cases of negligence in our hospitals?
Yes, I'm very much optimistic. 2.5 million shillings, to me, it's justice to that lady. And most hospitals cannot afford, but I think that is just not enough. Apart from just 2.5 shillings, we need to see people who did that behind bars. We need to see them being held liable. It's just not about the compensation, but those people also accounting for that. We want to see them behind bars to take them lessons. In as much as we are compensating this lady, but these people are still free on the streets walking. To me, that is not enough.
All right, that is Nafula Kisiangani. Perhaps just before I let you go, what more then do you think we need to do, especially when it comes to human rights, blatant human rights violations by people who are entrusted to uphold these same human rights?
Okay, Michelle. First, we have got great policies like that of maternal care. We have got great rights. This government and the civil societies need to go down to the grassroots and empower people on their rights, empower people on these things. We also need to enhance our accountability models in these health facilities, in people who are in charge of, let's say in the hospital and this other organization, people who are in charge of us. We need to empower them. Most of them do not know much about they don't know much. They just know about their profession. We need to start growing them horizontally so that it's just more than doing your work, but you understand the human rights, you understand these issues. Like I will also talk about how are we handling like our patients in that scenario? There are issues like depression. Do they know how to deal with mental health issues? We need to empower our human resource so that they are holistic. It's just more than what they do, but it has to be about the welfare of everybody. And so these human rights issues are very wide, and we have normalized so much. We see daily dignity of people being stepped on. This is just not the first case, and I think partly because they don't understand, there's so much civic education that is needed across board.
All right, many thanks. That is Nafula Kasiangani, who is a program director from Stride, still keeping up with matters human rights violations here in the country. Just a follow-up after that report where a woman who was medically violated in Bungoma County has since been